Welcome back, guys. It is mid-February, and if you're anything like me, you're already itching to plant your seeds for the garden this year. This year I'm going to try something new called winter sowing, and that involves using containers to sprout your seeds outdoors. I'm only planning on starting maybe 4 or 5 plants inside this year. That way I won't get overrun. I hope. Well, I figured I would get a head start. I learned last year that quite a few people I know start their seeds outdoors directly. I'm going to try a couple different methods. This is the one we're going to talk about today. The things that you're going to need for this project, you're going to need some containers, obviously, as long as you can kind of see through them, either clear or translucent. As long as they're not opaque, you can use them. You don't need the lid, so chuck that off. And you'll also need a drill with some drill bits, some sort of duct tape. I'm using Gorilla Tape, a Sharpie or a magic marker, and your seeds that you're going to start. You'll also need some potting soil, some really good potting soil. So let's get started. So your first step is going to be to drill holes in the bottom for drainage. Next step is to cut it almost in half. A good spot is probably right around where this comes up, and you want to leave a hinge in the back. So I'm actually just going to use this knife, cut it around the outside, and like I said, you'll leave like a hinge in the back. Once you have cut them in half, you simply fill them with some soil. Just do a couple inches deep. I'll get this a little bit damp, just damp, not soaking wet. I just dribbled a little bit of water on top of that just to get it a little bit wet. Then I've got my seeds here that I'm going to start. I'm just going to take 2 or 3, just enough to ensure that something germinates maybe. I'm just going to sow these right on the surface of the soil, and then you're just going to sprinkle a little bit of dirt on top. All of my seeds are covered, so all you do is wrap it up in duct tape. I'm using Gorilla Tape today because that is what we have, and then we just seal it back up. Probably put a couple layers of tape on this. And I'm just trying to get these outside. We've got snow coming today. I don't know, I think that should hold it just fine. Then you take your magic marker, your Sharpie, and you write in a couple spots what this plant is. So this is Colorado Red Star Artichoke. You put this out in your garden, no lid, but that's it. That's winter sowing. Lastly, we just pick a sunny spot in the garden. We have quite a bit of snow, so I'm just going to bury it. Put your jugs out, and you're good to go. I'm just going to dig a little hole and put these in here. We've got a few inches of snow coming in today, so I'm just going to pack these in here for now, just to keep them from blowing away. We'll come back and check on these in a few weeks. This project just failed. I suspect that because it's so dry here, these would need regular monitoring.
but I think you'd be better off building a cold frame or mini hoop house on your beds, which may be what I do in the spring. Thanks for stopping in today to see how my gardening experiment went. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and have an amazing day. I love you and happy holiday season! I thought we'd check on the plants, but so far there's nothing. So on my winter sowing jugs, only these germinated, and they didn't germinate until everything else in the garden started germinating, so there's that.